Welcome back to our final game of the round of 64, number 4 Grand Canyon. The Antelopes out of the WAC take on 13 seed of Milwaukee out of the Horizon League. Join us, we're going to be in for a long one potentially. Here's Milwaukee have been picked as underdogs to potentially pull an upset tonight. Grand Canyon, they'll start their run to a national title appearance, apparently, according to Stormy Spracky, the manager. Here for Grand Canyon tonight, their first opponent, Milwaukee.
I mean, Grand Canyon still look really good. Obviously, they have earned themselves a solid 4 seed over in the West. I mean, I've seen this team feels like a lot recently, and they have been competing. They still look really good, and they're going to go toe-to-toe with Milwaukee. Obviously, Milwaukee, they're the heavy favorites. Excuse me, no, they're the heavy underdogs. Excuse me, they're Grand Canyon are the heavy favorites in this one. Being a 4 seed, being the WAC champions, obviously getting themselves some good victories here and there. They're going to be looking for another big win here. Keep going with momentum because the winner of this one takes on San Diego State.
That's going to be a tough game too. In the second round, that's where I have it, GCU losing. I've got San Diego State advancing to the Sweet 16 on Saturday afternoon after beating Grand Canyon on Friday. That's going to be a fun game, though. It's going to be on the main broadcast on a Friday, this coming Friday. Grand Canyon, assuming they win, and San Diego State.
Yeah, I know that Coach Stormy has made it crystal clear that they are not going down to San Diego State, and I think a lot of people have that, as kind of that occurrence. San Diego State and Grand Canyon both moving through their round one quite cleanly, and then they face off against each other, and SDSU are the winners. But yeah, Stormy and the Antelopes do not want to let that happen. So I'm excited to see what this team is able to bring to the table. Again, I want to see them get a lot of momentum going.
Me as well. Again, it starts with Milwaukee. Can they pull something off here? Last season they had to play Akron, who ended up winning the national championship last season in the first round. Now they're playing Grand Canyon. They've got a bit of a better seating situation this time than in the fall, so we'll see how that favors them tonight. But they played Akron relatively close, although they were trolling the entire series. But we'll see how tonight shakes out.
I mean, Milwaukee's they've always been themselves a solid team. They always seem to be competing with Robert Morris in their conference, and they've always kind of been a solid 2 team. I believe through the regular season, I think they went 4-0 in non-conference, so they went 9-1 through the regular season. When it got to when it got to the conference tournament, they took down Green Bay and then went to Game 7 with Robert Morris. They gave RMU a little bit of a scare. Now earning themselves a spot in this tournament. Of course, they're looking to make a statement as a 13 seed.
Well, 13 seeds had some pretty good luck this tournament, Jonas. They've had a couple of really close calls. Talk about Iowa State, the 4th seed, going to Game 7 with 13 seed at East Carolina. And then Utah, a 13 seed, took number 4 North Texas to Game 7. And number 13 Central Michigan took number 4 Charlotte to Game 6. So the 13 seeds had some pretty good runs in the round of 64.
Except for the 13 seed out of the South, which was a forfeit of Central Florida. I feel like we should toss that one in as well.
Well, the ones that actually played, sorry, we're close.
There you go. But it looks like we do have everyone here. We finally got Nando in, just getting off work and getting that game updated. Now is on the field and looks to be ready to go. I think these guys are rearing and ready, Nation.
What's that way in Game 1? And finally get started here.
Yeah, Grand Canyon, the 4 seed, and then the 13th seed of Milwaukee. We are officially set to go the final match in the round of 64 here in the CCS Season 5 Championship Tournament, officially underway. And I think we're both really, really excited for Friday, Nation.
I'm so excited. I can't wait for it to get here. It's going to be a fun little broadcast on Friday. It's 16 more teams will see their seasons come to an end on Friday. But the first minute here, Grand Canyon trying to establish an early lead.
Yeah, no, I know that Grand Canyon, they have a lot to prove. It's probably missing the open net, and that's a rough way to get things started.
Milwaukee, I think, playing with a sub. Bladat, is a sub.
I would have to check. I will admit I'm not certain off the top of my mind, because because I know who are their other. I know they have a full 5-person roster. I believe there's Whopper and Shrew, Rubber Shrew.
I'm not quite sure. Honestly, I don't quite know, but I think Whopper was pretty good against Robert Moore. I don't remember who played Robert Morris now, TBH, looking back at it, but I think this is a sub. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think we'll have to do some digging, but it'll be interesting to see how Milwaukee fare regardless. A little bit of a double commit there between JDE and Mamba. Bean Boy gets it out to Froppy, shot on Bladat, clean save away, and now a demo downfield. Bean Boy is taking out Mamba. Now a miss here. JDE slots it. No, Froppy, a huge save to get it back. It's still nothing.
The Panthers of Milwaukee almost a look to go ahead on Grand Canyon. 3:20 to go. Froppy up the left side, over one, a pinch off the ceiling. It's on target, no good. Mamba will hold the line for the Panther defense. Milwaukee fighting tooth and nail early.
Yeah, I know it'll be interesting to see how Grand Canyon do. Obviously, you know, Nando just getting back, and it will be Bladat who opens up the scoring for Milwaukee. It's the Panthers on the board first.
Milwaukee 1-0, 2 minutes down. The Panthers, an underdog, trying to get a good start.
They very well might. I mean, this is a great way to open things up. And again, Nando going to be coming into this game a little bit cold. JDE, close save there. Froppy was searching for the dunk. Nando will work himself. Middle finds the bump. An opening look for Bean Boy. No, it's safe. JDE sends away the follow-up, and immediately Milwaukee on the transition. Big 50 for Mamba. He'll power his way through.
2:48. What a transition. What a play for Mamba. Goes, FG just beats him. He hit the weight room.
Yeah, I think he may have gotten a little bit of help from Nando trying to clear that one away, but regardless, what a 50 to add on goal number 2 for Milwaukee, and this is a rough start for GCU. Mamba maybe putting another one away here. No, Nando will collect it safely towards the sidewall. Bladat next in line for the Panthers, off the ceiling, trying to get it middle, gets it by Froppy. JDE just looking to keep possession for Milwaukee. Maybe another look here on the far side. No, Bladat rotated out, and GCU really just looking to stabilize early here, Nation.
That they are now. Froppy over one here. Grand Canyon going to start game 1 by trailing by 2 as the Milwaukee's opened up really strongly here in game 1, Jonas. But again, it's just game 1, so a lot of clock and a lot of game to go.
And there really is, and this one looks to trickle in. That it will. It didn't look like it quite registered, but Bean Boy will get the first one. Nando just a big demo downfield. I do want to kind of give this another look. I mean, I don't doubt that it was scored, but it was just the goal explosion that I think made it look a little weird.
Yeah, well, 2:04 to go. Grand Canyon on the board for the first time this tournament. Back within 1 as Nando fires wide. Milwaukee's defense not going to lock back in. That cushion gone.
Yeah, they really gotta hold themselves tight here. JDE shot is gonna go wide. There's still lots of time for the Lopes to get right back into form. Nando wanting a double. Mamba will steal it away off the backboard and misses the double. However, Bean Boy puts it behind JDE. Got one touch out. Froppy soft touch blocked as well. Nando forced to retreat, but that shot will be neutralized well by Nando. But Milwaukee still staying very present. Big demo out in front. Froppy will take it away.
Milwaukee still up front by 1:20 to go here in game 1. Froppy trying to find a connection to midfield, but couldn't quite turn that one on target. Rebound, though. Mamba off the save. Froppy waiting off in the wayside. 2 defenders in midfield for Grand Canyon. Milwaukee a chance, a shot, no good.
Yeah, another nice save coming through. Bean Boy trying to escape, getting a good 50 pass. JDE. Mamba will jump here as third, just trying to keep the pressure on the Antelopes here. Final minute. Bladat just looking to boom it downfield, looking towards Mamba. Bean Boy, a good cutoff. This could be the play for Grand Canyon, but again, the midfield presence for Milwaukee is huge here in game 1.
And it has been 45 seconds. Dayton couldn't hang on earlier. We'll see if Milwaukee can hang on to a win here with under 40 to go, as the Panther offense has been lethal so far, and they've had a lot of great looks.
Yeah, they really have, and ultimately they got going early, and that's really all they needed. JDE will miss wide. Froppy gets a nice pre-flip over to Nando, trying to steer it middle for Bean Boy. Shot is on, saved by Bladat. Bean Boy to Froppy, looking for Nando. The 3-man passing play stopped by Mamba.
Now Milwaukee in transition, going to take some time off the clock. You're going to play it towards midfield. Froppy trying to set up one last attempt. Nando bumped off Mamba, easy clear, 5 seconds to play, and game one will go to Milwaukee. Potentially.
There's still a chance here. There's still a chance. It's a good clear out. Nando's there. Mamba shuts him down. Milwaukee take game one over the 4 seed of GCU, and Mamba a well-deserved MVP.
He went big there for Milwaukee. Just 1 goal, but his defense was incredible. 3 saves, and all 3 of those were high-pressure moments on the goal line, and he kept this game in 1 goal difference in Milwaukee. The underdog lead this series 1-0.
And we'll see if they can keep that up. Obviously, you started to see Grand Canyon finding their rhythm towards the end of that. That's going to be definitely a little bit more frightening for Milwaukee. But hey, they got the first one. We'll see if they can carry that momentum.
That we will. We'll see what happens here as Milwaukee now. Well, they can win game 2 and get out to a 2-love advantage. Anything can happen.
Yeah, and it's still going to be huge to see if they can do exactly that. But that being said, game 2 starting up right here and now. We'll see what Grand Canyon can do to adapt in this one. As I mean, Milwaukee, that's still just a great start for them.
That it is, and now Grand Canyon gotten into a game to warm up. Now it's got to be do or die for GCU as Milwaukee. If they win this game, Jonas, is Grand Canyon in trouble?
I don't think so. I think Grand Canyon are still going to be able to fight their way back, even if they go down 0-2. I think even if they go down 0-3, there will be that higher chance for a reverse sweep. That is just me. That being said, Milwaukee, I mean, as the underdog, you want to keep up that pressure as much as possible. You don't want to give any freebies. JDE having to save this one off the pinch. Nando going middle. Bladat will have the clear forward, and I think Milwaukee just have to keep putting pedal to the metal as long as they can until they try and get 4 games.
I mean, a lot of underdogs have had the leads in this tournament, but have failed to put the opponent away. So we'll see if Grand Canyon becomes the next victim of Milwaukee trying to put a high seed away here in game 2, as GCU need to score really soon, I really feel like, to get this offense some momentum going again. And they're going to do that just there.
And they'll find a look there. The physicality from Froppy really throwing things off. A good pop over Bladat, and then you can see him immediately turn for JDE, and I think that may have caused him to panic a little bit. I think he could have flipped right and reached it, but Bean Boy slotting it well to the left side to give GCU a lead.
1-0 for the Lopes. Now Bladat 1-on-1. Back towards Mamba here. 40 minutes over the first. But will elect to go back as he didn't quite think he was going to get the beat there. Puts the ball back in the hands of the Antelope defense. Is Nando going to kick it out from his own corner? And the Bladat beat by Bean Boy. Halftime a minute away. Is Grand Canyon looking much better in game 2?
Yeah, they're looking much more snappy here in the second game, and I think it is just that getting warm a little bit. Obviously we just saw Nando get back, came into it cold. That game 1 being his first game on, and I think seeing the rest of this team kind of warm up with him and get really heated up, I think they're going to do better and better as time goes on. Milwaukee still staying present, but you can kind of tell they're that 1 step behind.
Just 1-0 though, plenty of time to go here, but that deep third might get broken up there. Almost did. JDE will clear that one away, but Grand Canyon still remaining in complete control. Mava in midfield over an opportunity. Couldn't get over Froppy and didn't find a connection, but Jonas, think if he would have connected there, that was a surefire goal.
Yeah, I mean, he had himself a great look, and I think the big thing now is Milwaukee. We're getting to see how they play under stress. Obviously, they got up early kind of in game number 1, and we saw them really lead from there on out, and they look much more comfortable, taking it to Grand Canyon. But now playing from behind, it looks a little bit more awkward, a little bit more slow, and that's partly Grand Canyon speeding up, but also I think they're really feeling that pressure early.
Yeah, and Milwaukee hasn't quite had a fast second man reaction, but a redirect attempt is good.
And that is just absolutely pixel perfect from Bladat. Got some good power behind it, but ultimately just placed it so well. Bean Boy and Froppy both there. Just nothing you can do from that range.
Milwaukee's got life. 2:05 to go. The Panthers back at equilibrium here in game 2. And now if they can find a way to score again, this could get very dicey for GCU.
I think we'll just see if it opens the floodgates. You know, getting that one after trailing can always be huge for the confidence, and we'll see if that does in fact favor Milwaukee here. Nando should be the first one on this one. No, he leans for the boost. Lets Bean Boy take the 50. Up is Mamba. Will get this one away from Nando Bladat. Bit of a heavier touch than he wanted. Froppy right back into the offensive side. Milwaukee need to be careful to conserve their boost. Break up the offense of GCU, and a demo from Bladat will do just that. Here comes the counter.
And Milwaukee's going to do a better job, though, of keeping the ball close and playing a little bit more connected to their offensive zone. But right now, they're in trouble. They get a burn on the defense. Froppy double, no good. Mamba and Bladat will clear the space. 1:15 to play. Still 1-1, but trying to catch out Nando was Bladat. Back for Mamba. Fires, no good. A rebound is there, also wide.
And that was a good chance missed by Milwaukee. Grand Canyon able to do well with their defense, hanging in there. Froppy back over to Nando. He's got no boost. He just gives it away. JDE. Here comes the turnaround. Bladat is there. Redirect into the ceiling. Bean Boy will make the clean catch and take away the flick. Will bump one. Nando hunting this one down through the corner. Gets the boost steal. Gets the bump. Now looking for a pass. Middle. Mamba will be able to collect. But both these defenses doing a great job of holding. But we're seeing a lot of offensive pressure either side.
That we are so far. Froppy back down and almost a chance there to get burned defensively. It's Milwaukee trying to deal in GCU territory. 30 seconds. Another look in front here is over Bladat. Open target for Froppy. Can he place it? He does. GCU back in front.
And we're starting to see that passing develop more and more for Milwaukee and Bladat. That is a very aggressive challenge as third and got burned by the Lopes. It's 2-1 GCU.
20 seconds to go here in game number 2. Milwaukee trailing. See if the Panthers can get something late.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough at this point. They need to find some success. You can see Froppy staying way back as third. There's a big bump. Bean Boy will turn it in, and that will be all she wrote for game number 2. Grand Canyon offensive pressure really able to step up, and that's just a great bump from Nando.
And it is 11 seconds left. That should wrap things up here for Milwaukee's chance of a comeback as Grand Canyon going to equalize our series at 1-1.
And yeah, they're just looking so much more confident now, Nation, and you can tell Milwaukee starting to again feel that pressure a little more. And this will be interesting to see how game 3 goes. Obviously, the first swing game of the series, seeing Milwaukee drop one. This could be the chance for Grand Canyon to really put their foot on the gas and run away from it.
Absolutely.
We're seeing Milwaukee requesting a sub, and it looks like they are going to take Bladat out. And we're going to see Mimic hop in.
He's the normal guy. That's the normal guy.
I'm a little bit surprised. I mean, Bladat's been looking really good. I'm a little surprised. I mean, it looks like, we did see Bladat kind of get the start here. I don't know if that was strategic or maybe Mimic was just waiting to hop online, but ultimately Bladat's been playing really well in these first 2 games.
I'm not quite sure what the reasoning is, but it could just be kind of want to get our main guys back on the field and not break up any chemistry. We'll have to wait and see what it is.
That's most likely, but we'll have to see how that affects Milwaukee if we see them play a little bit different. That could give them, a slight edge. Maybe a little bit of a different rotation, a little bit of a different play style could throw off Grand Canyon's look, but only time will really tell because this is an interesting move here going into game 3.
Mimic could be coming in cold too. Just now getting on. Potentially, we don't know obviously what the situation is, if he's just getting home or just getting on. But again, you get a sub in, you get a 1-1 split with a good team, and I think it's about all you can ask for at that point.
Yeah, I think Milwaukee already taking game is pretty huge for them. Obviously, going toe to toe with a team like Grand Canyon is very solid for Milwaukee, and we'll see how they're going to be able to do. I mean, that is technically their first win first game win in the tournament.
Yeah, for sure. And, he could have gotten back in game 1, but the guys won. I was like, okay, man, let's keep the guys in the field one more time, see if they can give Mimic a 2-0 advantage to get into this series with. But now it's 1-1. Your team splits the deal, and now you got a best of 5 ahead of you.
Looks like Nando restart as well.
Looks like it.
Oh, what? Okay. What in the world? So it looks like Nando's restarting as well. But I think, obviously looking at this series at face value, you got the 4-13 seed Grand Canyon. They're that heavy favorites on paper, and I mean, obviously seeing what Grand Canyon have been able to do in throughout this season, a little more impressive than compared to Milwaukee. But also they have the experience in the tournament. I mean, they played in 3 tournament matches before. They took down LA Tech, they took down Texas last season, and took 2 games off of a very solid Florida team. I mean, this Grand Canyon team has a lot of experience, and they have been grinding lately.
Absolutely, but again, experience has been a big factor in this tournament for a lot of teams, and we'll have to wait and see how that affects both Grand Canyon tonight with a deep run last season and Milwaukee having a second straight trip with a round of 64 exit last time, trying to find their first ever tournament victory.
Yeah, but now the big thing is, will Mimic help out this Milwaukee team? Obviously, we've still seen the Panthers looking good, but Mimic looking to get opened up early, just missing the upper 90, and Grand Canyon maybe getting away with one there right off the kickoff.
Mimic's a heck of a player. Was a lot of fun to watch in the Horizon League final. We'll see if he can make a statement sign. He's already getting really aggressive, and the Grand Canyon offensive scheme, which is a good sign. There's his first.
Oh, yeah, and I don't know if Grand Canyon were ready for him to step on the pitch. As you mentioned, he is looking aggressive early and often. He may have came in cold, but it doesn't look like it.
He looks like he's ready to go. He's right in the face of Grand Canyon's offense, and he's right in their face defensively as well. 4:39 to go. Milwaukee on the board.
And that's what you need to do is that low seed. I mean, again, just try and make that tougher seed more uncomfortable. And Mamba might have a look here. Drop down is good, and it's an early 2-0 lead for Milwaukee. The Lopes might be in trouble.
Now, Grand Canyon lose, or Milwaukee lose on the game. Do we see another sub kind of come in and try to just continue to throw off Grand Canyon?
I would be really intrigued to see that. I really would. I mean, Bladat is in the chat. Bladat.
Wait, I'm sure he won't leak the strategy in chat.
I don't know. You never know. We might get that insight, but either way, it's Mimic is looking like a great addition. That one just missed by Froppy. The ding of the far post. Nando will accelerate his way into the corner. Looks for a bump. He connects, and Froppy's right there.
The lead back down to 1. 4:11 to go. Grand Canyon get 1 from Froppy off a pass from Nando and sets up the Lopes with a 1-goal hole.
And that is just one of those plays where you look at it as an opponent and you're thinking, what the heck did we just see? Nando completely left that ball in the corner, immediately went for the bump, and Froppy, had full and complete faith in that bump, immediately went for the shot. And you could see Mimic was still there behind it, waiting towards net, but, was obviously not expecting a shot from that kind of range that quickly. And it will cut the lead in half. Well, Froppy looking for a double, not enough boost to get back up there. Nando, slow play, 15 JDE. Bean Boy, not a ton of boost to work his way off the side while Mimic is there.
Mamba back downfield, chasing this one around as well. Going to put this one off the backboard. Bean Boy off the save. Will catch off Mamba, though. Will trade his life with Mamba there. 3.5 to play into game 3. And a win here is monumental for Milwaukee's season.
Yeah, it really would be. Again, trying to keep that momentum alive. And obviously, you drop 1, it's not the end of the world. You drop 2, it can start to snowball. But if you're able to bring it back, like Milwaukee looked to do in this one, you very well could turn it around and keep things going forward yourself.
Absolutely agree. But again, Milwaukee been comfortable so far. Mamba fires. Froppy off the same, now last alive. It's Mimic here, it looks like. Is this shot no good? JDE will rotate back in for the save. Milwaukee unscathed, still a 1-goal advantage.
Yeah, Milwaukee just got a huge break. Nando could have just scored that, but he instead went for the reset, tried to outplay, and instead slowed it down enough for JDE to get back. Now, Nando looking for another bump. He'll connect. High bounce, though. Froppy not ready, and we are seeing a very physical look from Grand Canyon. I mean, I think we've established that Nando is usually that first man. As JD misses off the post, Mimic will put in the follow-up. But again, I think we've established Nando as kind of that first man, but he is really taking a physical role here in Game 3.
Even JDE, though, as well. In the last minute and a half or so, he's gotten up in the face of Grand Canyon and applied some pressure and caused some problems.
And Nation, we did just talk to Bladat in chat. So this was the earliest that Mimic could get on, and BK Whopper is busy. So yeah, that was just Bladat being a sub, waiting for Mimic to get on. So he he is technically coming in cold.
Well, Nando also is coming cold tonight as well, but Mimic doesn't look like he's coming cold. He has played very well just in the short 3 minutes he's been on the field.
I mean, it looked really strong to get things going. Now 2 minutes left here in game number 3 in Milwaukee. I mean, they're in a great spot. They just got to keep this momentum rolling forward again, just try and ultimately neutralize the Lopes here for the remainder of this game. And we'll see if they can do a Mimic towards the backboard. Maybe a look for Mamba. No, Nando will cut him off through the corner. Now JDE is there. Nando sends it forward. Froppy is there, but Mimic again just stealing away these offensive plays before they can even develop for GCU.
1 minute 30 to go so far. Milwaukee up by 2 as Grand Canyon trying to get back within 1, and that's what we're going to do.
And, I mean, not the prettiest way to do it, but you know what? If it works, it works. As Bean Boy just kind of let it sit out in front, the defense just collapsed.
Yeah, they both had no boost, though, and then JDE was too far away. Minute 24 to go. The Panthers lead cut down to 1 again.
And this is where it starts to get a little bit more scary. Bean Boy flick shut down early by JDE. Nando gets the beat. Mimic was upward. It's a huge demo. The net is wide open. Froppy is there, and Milwaukee's defense crumbles. It's 3-3.
Wamba just gets beat. Mimic didn't see the demo coming. Froppy turns in the open net. 1:12 to go. We're tied again.
And that's just the defense panicking in back-to-back situations. One on the slow ball towards the near post, and then seeing Mimic dive off the backboard, and then obviously got hit with a blindside demo, and that ties it right back up. JDE takes it well over Nando, but Froppy off the backboard, and we'll see how well the Panthers can stabilize. Their lead is gone, and maybe now the lead in the hands of Grand Canyon. Nando misses wide. Bean Boy will retreat with Froppy. A good turnaround here. Sidewall double attempt cut off by JDE. Bean Boy gets another outspeed. Mimic sends it down straight to Nando. That's a good shot. Top shelf. Too high.
JDE trying to launch forward. Couldn't get it across the GCU front line. There is 37 to play. The Milwaukee defense still under siege as Nando over 1 here, has some help towards his right. Will face a force of 50. Back for Froppy, 30 to go.
And Milwaukee, they still look to be in trouble, Nation. Mimic gets up some boost, and that's going to help out a lot, but loses the 50 straight back into his own net. Grand Canyon from down 2, they make it a 3-goal swing.
And Mimic just couldn't get control of that ball in time. 19 seconds, and the Lopes are back in front.
And I mean, ultimately, this was just Milwaukee on the defensive side not looking sharp enough, and Grand Canyon being there to happily take advantage here. And they have stolen this game from right under the nose of Milwaukee.
Yeah, 3-goal swing here to close out game 3. Milwaukee, though, still with time on the clock, and I need to go the full field.
And it looks like this one is just going to fall short. Nando trying to double it down. That he will. Grand Canyon take game 3, and that is a very, very difficult loss for the Panthers.
That's gut-wrenching. In a series like this, you've got Grand Canyon in a pretty big hole with not a lot of time to go, then that one goes haywire and gets away from it.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I hate to say it, I feel, to me, as someone who's obviously not on the field, that almost felt like the end of the series. Just the fact that now Grand Canyon has the advantage in the series. They're up 2-1. That was a big toss from Milwaukee. Now Grand Canyon, they got the momentum going forward, and now they just need 2 more.
Yeah, that felt like an early kill shot. It really did.
Yeah, I was just seeing that defense crumble on those 2 chances where all they had to do was hold the slow ball. That's tough. It happens. But then you see that slight double commit, slight overextension in Grand Canyon. They're a good enough team to be able to pounce. And, you know, they were really just given those opportunities. And now going into game number 4, Milwaukee really have to fight. I mean, we said it last game and they let it slip. Now, if they lose this one, I don't know if they're going to be able to bring it back.
Well, we'll see if Milwaukee can make this a best of 3, but it's going to be a tall order now. You had your lead blown away now in last game, and now this game, and if you fall, it's likely over.
Yeah, very much is. And, you know, you don't want to have to win 3 in a row. That is, against a team like Grand Canyon, that just seems like such a huge margin. But we'll see what the Panthers can do here in game number 4. See how Grand Canyon looks as well. I'm sure, you know, they're going to be happy with getting that comeback victory, but I don't think they want to rely on it by any means.
You never want to rely on playing from behind. That's number one. But Grand Canyon and this tournament have had a lot of success. But when it comes to surviving the first round, where a lot of high-seeded teams this season have struggled to get out to a dominant start in this tournament, anything can happen. As we know, this tournament is unforgiving.
Yeah, very very much so. Anything can happen, and Grand Canyon, they still have to be cautious, but Nando not gonna be cautious with his shot as he just slams it top right, and again, just so much open space to work with. You can see the little bit of a panic, the double commit on the 50, it works out perfectly, and 74 miles an hour to the upper 90.
Not the start you can have if you are Milwaukee here, down 1, 4:06 to go. Grand Canyon starting to build a lead.
Yeah, ultimately we just need to see the defense stabilize for Milwaukee, as it just looks panicked time and time again, and now you're seeing a little bit of awkwardness through the midfield. Mamba wins it to the backboard, but Nando sweeps it away, will clear it over JDE. Mimic is last back in a tough spot, makes the save. Nando rushes it through the corner. Mimic, low boost, will lift it off, but it's straight to Bean Boy. Low boost, reset, blocked by Mamba, and again, you need to see Milwaukee respond quick.
Plenty of time to go. 3.5 is more than enough for 1, but you cannot let it get to 2 if you are Milwaukee. Here's JD's in a bad spot. We'll make the save though, and Milwaukee, if they can score in the next minute 30, they can start to build some momentum.
Yeah, I think if they wait too long, and I feel like the longer they wait, the less it's obviously going to favor them, giving Grand Canyon a little bit more room to work, and that potential for that second goal for the Lopes is always there. And Mimic trying to play this one low, and you can see the defense is staying a little bit more back, as they do not want to overextend. Maybe a look here for Mamba, can't put it down on target. Bean Boy with the clear away. Mimic a good cutoff chance, wins it back into the corner, but Grand Canyon will look to stabilize again defensively.
2:40 to go here in game number 4 as halftime. Approaching 1-0 for the Antelopes of Grand Canyon under their whack, as the Horizon League has not had a lot of success outside of Cleveland State's run last season here in the CCS championships.
Yeah, I mean, Cleveland State was obviously a dominant looking force, and other than that, as you mentioned, it has been a little bit tougher for them. And obviously we did see Robert Morris get eliminated round 1 by Texas A&M, and now Milwaukee trying to stay out of that realm as well.
2-minute warning here in game 4. Grand Canyon looking for a 2-0 advantage, and there it is, 2-0 for Grand Canyon.
And again, you can just see the defense looks so awkward here. Mimic misreads it. You can see JDE hesitates, and then all 3 go up, but not in time, as Froppy is there beautifully to send that one in the upper 90. And 2 goals now with 2 minutes. There's still a lot of time, Nation, but it's one of those things where it just doesn't feel like it.
Absolutely. 2 minutes to go, though. You need 1 goal a minute if you are Milwaukee, and they've not really had as much offensive efficiency here in game 4 as they had in the last 15 minutes. They've kind of been neutralized very well by Grand Canyon's defense.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, they're 0 for 4 in shooting, only having those 4 shots, but 2 have been saved by Grand Canyon. The other 2 have just been off target, so they need to hit their mark more. And again, you can see that double commit on the defensive side. Might give a look here for Bean Boy. No, we'll end up flipping right by, but there's no one on it in time for Milwaukee. JDE finds the clear out momentarily, but it's right back to Nando. Mamba flicks it over, and Froppy there, and you can just see the Lopes doing a great job not allowing any possession for the Panthers. Good flick from Bean Boy. JDE back to save it in time, but so much time is ticking off the clock.
1:05 to go. Fires the upper corner. Good for 1. There's the first. Mimic on the board.
Mimic has still looked to be a great striker jumping in after game number 2, and this is just perfectly top left. You can see Froppy just not quite expecting it, could not reach it in time. So Milwaukee, of course, still having life, but a minute left to pick up another.
1 minute to go here. In game 4, Grand Canyon can get this series out to 3-1 with a win. Mimic and Fructo trying to find any opening for Milwaukee, but nothing seems to just go their way. They can't get it even a look here.
And Bean Boy will turn another one away. Mimic Lobs it to the backboard, rushing in. No touch is going to be made, and Milwaukee need to start getting more aggressive on that offensive side. They need to start connecting more. Nation Froppy with a look. Mamba puts it in the post. It's an open shot for Nando. Mamba shuts it down as Beanboy was way back as third. Now will cut in. Nando, big shot, crossbar again. Froppy dives, puts this one wide, but a lot of pressure for the Lopes.
17 seconds to go. Nando, one more look in front here. Couldn't find Beanboy on a connection. 10 to play. Milwaukee gotta score in this possession.
And it doesn't look like it's going to happen. This is going to fall to Beanboy. He's just going to clear it forward. And now we got to see the Panthers go the full length. And this one's sent up. Beanboy, no contact. Mamba shut down by Nando into the sidewall. Nando just looking to kill it. That he will. GCU are on match point.
3-1, and this series is starting to get a little bit away from Milwaukee, Jonas. They had a heck of a start, but it's kind of starting to snowball like you talked about earlier.
Yeah, again, I think that game three. I think that game three loss might have just cost them the series. I mean, again, they were up 3-1. They had the chance to reclaim that lead in the series with, Mimic joining onto the field and being able to get that momentum going forward. And now they need 3 in a row versus Grand Canyon, and that might just be too tall of a task.
That in mind, Milwaukee, Grand Canyon, game 5. If Grand Canyon win, they're through to the round of 32. They'll take on San Diego State. Milwaukee trying to get this to a game 6.
They're looking to do everything they can. Froppy taking flight, reset. Mamba will send it well towards the corner. JDE, that clear cut off a little bit by Beanboy. Now Nando, low boost, sidewall. Froppy looking for a touch. JDE, a good outspeed. Mamba is way downfield stealing boost. It'll end up just evening out the midfield again. You mentioned a little bit earlier on this series, Nation, we're seeing Milwaukee really struggle keeping that ball close, and Grand Canyon, they're more than happy to take chances at those opportunities to reclaim control as Nando getting bumped into a shot that will be saved by JDE.
The first minute been a high production minute for Milwaukee in this series, although they haven't really quite been able to come away with a lot of wins, but the first minute they've done really good offensively.
And they're, of course, looking to turn in the first one here. They do not want to have to trail in this game whatsoever. This is where they need to try and be more comfortable. Mamba, good save, but it's straight to Beanboy. He misses wide. This is a good turnaround for Mamba, but GCU will get back in time. JDE putting it across. Mimic is there, can't get in front of it.
That pass right back to Froppy. A little bit of mismanaged there, trying to get it back to the teammate in the midfield there to take a snapshot, but now Milwaukee all bunched up, a minute and a half gone. Grand Canyon feel like the first goal gets put away. It starts to snowball.
Yeah, I do have to agree as Mamba dunked by Nando. Zero respect. He, obviously got the one touch, lands off the backboard, goes right back to it, and you can just see Mamba had no idea.
And his teammates were too slow to react to the second touch there. Grand Canyon 90 ticks gone. It's a 1-0 Lope lead.
And again, it's just seeing that defense not being quite ready enough. I mean, obviously you can see Mamba wanted to take his time there, but one swift touch out, one flick, one touch to the sidewall, and immediately you're out of harm's way, and that play is neutralized. But Nando did a great job looking for the opportunity. Now Mimic, far side, misses wide. JDE dived in. Mamba didn't want to crash as third, trying not to overextend. Now a miss from Mimic, and it looks like we might just see this Milwaukee team fall apart, Nation.
That we might. 3 minutes to go here in game number 5 as Grand Canyon just trying to run this clock down. There's a second to lead out to 2.
Yeah, and this is just being awkward all around. Mick did a good job chasing it down, but you can see that one almost looked to go straight through his front bumper, and JDE not ready for it, outsped by Froppy. It's 2-0 Grand Canyon, and this might be it.
Might be all here at the fat lady is in the warm-up room as we speak.
And she's getting ready to sing and holler as halfway through this game, Mimic, a wide open look here. Does it just trickle in? Yes, it does. Off the far post, so a big overextension from Grand Canyon will get burned as both Nando and Froppy were there, and they both backflipped as Mimic just more than happy to get the freebie.
2:37 to go is now Grand Canyon's lead obviously now cut down to just 1 as halftime 7 seconds away. And not a bad first half, but not the first half you kind of need in a game like this when your season is on the line. There's almost a third. It just haywire there for Grand Canyon. But Jonas, this offense has been lethal the last couple of minutes. But how did they fare with San Diego State, who awaits the winner?
I mean, it's one of those things where, Grand Canyon obviously haven't looked bad at all, but they haven't looked as quite efficient as I think they will need to be if they want to take down a team like San Diego State. We've still seen a couple open net misses. Honestly, I think that looking at these games, they could have been run up a little bit more, as Nando will slot this one away. A great pass from Beam Boy up front, and to add up another, you can just see the hesitation, the miss from JDE, and again, the defense not as sharp as it needs to be in Grand Canyon are just there.
2:06 to play as Grand Canyon's lead out to 2 for the Antelopes is now 2-minute warning officially hits here in Game 5, and Milwaukee trying to find a way to get this back within one and not end their season on a low note.
Beam Boy shot boomed away by Mimic. Froppy is already there. You can see the full and complete boost control from Grand Canyon. Nando double shut down by Mamba in time, and we've just seen so much pressure coming from the Lopes here in this fifth game. Grand Canyon, they put on 12 shots compared to the 3 from Milwaukee so far, so 4 times as many shots, and that seems to continue being the case. Milwaukee really struggling to get anything else on target, and Grand Canyon, you can tell they have that momentum, they have that speed, and the Panthers are really struggling to kind of battle their way out.
That they are. Minute 15 to go. Milwaukee, they can find one here. It's not all doom and despair quite yet for Milwaukee, but again, this time the clock not on their side as the Antelopes can start to feel it.
Robbie towards the corner. JDE misses. Now a little bit of awkwardness on the defensive side, but Nando will miss as well, giving a little bit of room to Mamba. Flick is on target. Shut down. Mimic dove in. His shot was stopped. Now the quick counter from Grand Canyon. I mean, it's just so quick. Milwaukee had no chance. It's 4-1.
50 seconds. If that lady's walking on stage right now, is 50 seconds to go. Dronis, this is looking all but over.
Yeah, that has got to be it. And I don't know if Milwaukee can bring it back. They need 3 goals in 50 seconds, and you can just see the time being stalled. JDE flips off that sidewall and misses. Now this one booming over to the far side. Nando is ready for it, but there just doesn't seem to be enough time. And again, I've already said it a couple times, and I think it just comes back to Game 3, Nation.
I agree. I think that moment was the kill shot. When Milwaukee had a big lead and blew it, that was when it was over.
And again, that they had everything going their way. I mean, you get Mimic on the field, you get that trio back that's a little more comfortable working together. You get yourselves a 3-1 lead, a chance to reclaim the lead in the series, and suddenly it all slips away. And now it'll be Grand Canyon getting things done. Milwaukee, their season ends here, and GCU will move on to round 2 to take on San Diego State.
That's going to be a heck of a game next Friday on the main broadcast, Jonas, and that's going to be super fun. I'm excited for Friday.
I am indeed. I mean, Friday itself was going to be absolutely incredible. There's so many really great round 2 matches that we're going to be keeping our eyes on. But that being said, this is definitely going to be one of them. GCU, SDSU, that's must-see TV.
That is must-see TV. Our stream will start at 6 Eastern on Friday. Akron will take on Virginia Tech to open things up in the round of 32, followed by North Texas and Arizona, and then followed up with Northeastern Pitt at 8, Iowa State, Maryland at 9, and Cincinnati, Louisville will kick off the B stream. But again, the long slate, Jonas, it can be full out of fun.
Yeah, it really will be. I mean, we are no strangers to those longer streams of being able to cast lots of best of 7s in a row, and I think we're just going to be more than excited to obviously keep this tournament going, and obviously this upcoming weekend, it's going to be one to remember.
That it is. We'll see you guys there. Do not miss it. Friday at 6 Eastern, the CCS Championship weekend will officially kick off. We're excited for it. We hope to see you there. So long for the round of 64.